Happy Halloween and welcome to another installment of the Final Scoop podcast. Our weekly roundtable banter panel discussion of all things supplements, athletes, fitness, and beyond. Joining me as always is my international cavalcade of companions in Robert Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition, Lukasz, the innovator, Rytkowski of Prometeus Intelligent Sports Technology, Shane, lightly dosed, Smith, Stack 3D, and TJ, who's your mama, Gonen, Fitness Deal News. Welcome, my friends. Happy Halloween. How are you all doing?
Good.
Oh, wait.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And so for those tuning in, Shane is a few hours ahead of us, so it's actually November 1st where he is. So he's already celebrated Halloween and filled up on candy and then, experienced the hyperglycemic shock and barfed, and he's now back on his carnivore diet.
Do you celebrate Halloween in New Zealand, Shane?
Well, I mean, we don't celebrate it as intensely as you guys do. No one celebrates things intensely as you guys do.
I don't celebrate it intensely at all, but
we go out and we do like Halloween parties and trick or treating.
Oh, really? Same date? I thought it's an American thing, Halloween.
No,
it was. It actually now is all over the world.
It's contagious. It's like COVID.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Exactly. For all of you tuning in on the live stream, thank you for joining us on this holiday weekend. There's a big UFC fight card again tonight, so I'm sure we'll all be tuning in for that.
Oh, really?
If you like what we're doing here, let me get all the frivolous nonsense out of the way. If you like what we're doing here, give us a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, whatever you listen to us on this. So, gentlemen, first topic lead in, since it is Halloween, and for all the listeners out there tuning in for this, post up your favorite Halloween movies, and we'll discuss that for the lead-off topic. So, Robbie, you're the movie buff. What is your favorite scary movie?
I mean, I think it's a crime if I say anything but Halloween. I mean, that's probably number one, considering. But I don't know. I don't think it's very scary, but I always like Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought it was more entertaining than anything. But the one movie that literally always gave me the creeps was The Shining. And even though I don't even know if it's a horror movie, but just that movie, or maybe Jack Nicholson's performance, that was
a horror movie. What is it? Kids show?
Psychoactive one. I like it. I like that one.
The Shining is still like, it's probably on top of my list. And obviously, the classics like The Exorcist and those type of movies. I think the old ones were better than today's scary movies. Hills Have Eyes. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Lukasz, what about you? Are you a big horror movie guy or not so much?
Not at all. I don't even watch any of them. I don't even know what you're talking about, guys. So
Lukasz is the type of guy that scares everybody else.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. As you can see, I'm innovative. I like to innovate. So yeah, just like Gaspari.
Shane, what about you?
See, I love scary movies, but very few things scare me. So I mean, I like The Shining, The Exorcist. I think the only time movies have really creeped me out. I was trying to remember the bloody name of the movie, but I cannot for the life of me think of it.
What is it about?
I mean, it's typical scary movie fashion. There's like little kids involved and scary little fucking beings, and this third one that's just come out. I can't for the life of me remember it.
Insidious?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
What's that with the nun thing? Is that the nun one?
No, that's the Conjuring, I think.
Yeah,
I've watched many scary movies, but none of them have really given me a fright. But that thing, I just remember the scene where the girl's just walking past the house, and then she's just going to the front door, and then as you're panning through, there's just this fucking dazed zombie, dead-looking girl just standing there behind the door, and they treat the scene as if you're meant to like just glaze past it, and you'd be like, what the fuck was that? And like you're just sitting there, and then as she goes in the house, you're like, holy shit, that movie gave me the chills. I didn't get as scared in part 2 because it was kind of the same recipe, but I love scary movies. So I don't really count those horror things. I find those.
Remember those commercial ones that I honestly didn't like. I didn't understand what was the whole hype about, like Paranormal Activity. Like I watched it and I was like,
those were just fun.
They were fun. There was nothing scary about it. Like it was supposed to be like the scariest shit. It was just like entertaining.
Although, you know what? Another one that I thought was a bit much was the Human Centipede. Now, this isn't really scary.
Yeah, no, I couldn't stomach that. That wasn't
scary. I've not seen that one yet.
I couldn't stomach.
Oh my god! Have you guys ever heard of this one? This was like meant to be a horror, like you go past scary to just gross gore shit, and this was like this was high up. This was banned in many countries.
That was a game changer.
And as soon as
what did they do there? Like what was the?
It's basically a guy kidnaps people and then he sews their asses to their mouths. And like in the first one, it's more of like a bit of a dare I say like artsy approach. And then the second one it's like he chains up like 9 to 11 guys. And a pregnant woman does the same thing inspired by the first one. It gets intense, man.
It's really like the dumbest shit ever, but it's so disgusting. Like you can't just stomach it. It's not scary. It's just plain disgusting. You have movies that are actually well thought of. This movie was just meant to shock you. They did shock me, that's for sure, but not in a good way. It did make you
turn away. It made me turn away.
It made me throw up.
Yeah, it was.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, that movie was absolutely disgusting. It was a huge hit too. I can't
believe you ever heard of it.
I think it was. Oh, the guy was German in the first one, but it wasn't a German. It was an American movie, like independent small movie.
Yeah, and then it changed to like the second one was really different. Then the third
How was it called? The human what?
Centipede.
Human centipede.
What does that even mean? Is that
because it's like
there's 100 legs, so they all attach to Well, Gramps, do you have a favorite scary movie?
I don't like. I'm not a big horror movie guy. Like it's not
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, my sister loves them. Like my sister really liked them. I never liked them. It's just like I don't like sad movies. I don't like horror movies. If I watch something, I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be like depressed or anxiety or shit like that. If I want that, I can just look through the window or shit.
It's like Scarface, right?
Real life.
Yeah, I mean, and also most horror movies are not very intelligent, at least the ones I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't like it anyway. But I think The Shining is just a great movie, by the way. Speaking of, it's just well done. Yeah, so
Stanley Kubrick, eh?
Yeah,
I love that.
It's just a great movie. It's well done. It's just well done. I'm trying to remember if there's. I mean, I definitely saw a movie that scared the shit out of me, like, but I can't remember, like the original Exorcist.
Yeah.
My genius dad let us see it when we were like 10. I fucking couldn't sleep for like 10 years, I think. Like, it's such a retard. Like, seriously. But he said, but we'll watch it during the day. It's light outside, so you'll be fine.
Yeah. You know what the fuck? I just read something actually recently that because The Shining was written by Stephen King.
Yep.
Stephen King was actually against casting Jack Nicholson in a movie. The Stanley Kubrick actually had to fight him for it.
Really?
That was very interesting because I thought that he was absolutely natural for that part.
Yeah, but the same thing with Tom Cruise in Interview with a Vampire. Anne Rice didn't want Tom Cruise to be the Lestat in Interview with a Vampire.
Actually, I didn't want him in there either, but when I saw the movie, he was pretty good.
Yeah. What were you saying, Shane? Sorry to cut you off there, bud.
They always fight the actor. Like, you don't want to... Jack Nicholson was young back then. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he quite like a top tier actor? I don't think they wanted someone like Leonardo DiCaprio back in the 90s. Probably didn't want that.
If I'm not mistaken, I think, I could be wrong, I think they wanted Harrison Ford, which is ridiculous, I think.
Well, it was 1980, and I mean, Nicholson was already established by then. Had he already won an Oscar?
Yeah.
He was on Taxi by then, didn't he?
Yes. He won an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, he had already done that because that was late 70s.
Yeah, I think Harrison Ford could have worked. I mean, he hadn't done anything like that, but I mean,
yeah. Hey, well, he was in What Lies Beneath, and that was pretty good for a suspense kind of movie. Yeah. I mean, that was 10 or 12 years later. That's what I've always liked scary movies, but my dad, kind of like TJ's dad, raised him on scary movies. So like when I was a little kid, like 5, 6, 7, 8, it was like all the old Universal movies. So Dracula, Frankenstein, Mummy, Wolfman, all of those good ones. And then as we got older, we progressed to the more intense stuff like Scream, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. So those, I've always had a very good, I like the older scary movies and like Psycho. The remakes they've had of Halloween, like the Rob Zombie remake was terrible, in my opinion.
The last one wasn't too bad.
The most recent one where they brought Jamie Lee Curtis back.
Yeah.
That was back to the original vibe of the original Halloween series, which I really liked.
I will also say I liked what's his name, It, the remake.
Yeah, it was good.
I still didn't see the second one though.
I thought the actor on the clown.
He was great.
The actor was good. Yeah. The actor was good.
Yeah, the second part of it, I didn't think it seemed a little long-winded for me and kind of slow.
Good.
The first part was really
terrible.
good.
The second one was stupid.
Yeah,
for some reason I didn't get to watch it, and I don't have the desire for some reason.
The second one was stupid.
The first one was very good. I actually just found out that they already signed a contract for Scream 5. I don't know if it's a good idea, but the original cast is coming back.
Which one?
Scream.
Scream
got
5.
Nothing else to do, I guess.
There's already 4 of them.
Yeah, they did. It was 96, 97, 2000, and then 2011 was Scream 4. I've just gone back and rewatched them all this week. That's the reason I know that. But I've always really liked those movies. And the first one actually was legitimately scary. The third one's kind of goofy. And the fourth one is, the fourth one's a good horror movie.
Scream is the one with
the mask.
Ghostface.
Right.
I can't watch them and be scared ever since Scary Movie came out. Like,
that's what I thought that when they said Scream, I thought that they were thinking about Scary Movie.
That's kind of
so funny.
I want to say exactly the same thing as Shane said.
See,
after watching the comedy, I'm like, none of
that. To take it seriously.
The Scream, just like,
yeah.
Robert, you remember the other one that came out around the same time as Scream, and it was also very, very popular. What was the name?
I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yes, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, the first one was okay.
Yeah, the first one was good. Does anybody like Rob Zombie horror movies? Like, I don't find any of his movies actually scary. They're grotesque, and like the things they do to people are horrifying. But it seems like they're all over the place. And I went back on somebody's, like Sandy and I did a live last Wednesday, and somebody recommended, hey, go watch House of a Thousand Corpses. So I did. It was on Netflix or something, so I watched it, and it looked like. I think that was one of Rob Zombie's earliest movies, maybe, and it just looked like somebody finally figured out how to use like Final Cut or iMovie on a laptop and was just experimenting with all these different transitions and filters and scene changes. And nothing. I mean, sure, the stuff they did to the people was gross, but there was no moment in there where I actually felt scared or just kind of either off.
Human Centipede is scary. It's just gross.
Yeah, I think he is stylish, but definitely not scary.
Right.
I saw that there's three sequels to this Human Centipede shit.
It's already
I was going on YouTube. I saw the trailer. By the way, the concept looks retarded as fuck.
It is.
You guys are sick. Why would you watch through a full 2 hours movie of people connecting faces to asses? What the hell is wrong with you people? Seriously.
The first one is actually
go work Uber $30 an hour, donate it to some children in distress. Fuck you, seriously. What's wrong with you people? Asses to faces, and there's like a third.
No, it's faces to asses.
Sorry. It's the other way around. I didn't get it. You see, that was my problem.
I'm with TJ.
TJ, consider yourself lucky.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, Shane, you mentioned Saw earlier. I liked the first one, and even the second one was pretty good. And then after that, they just kind of got more and more outlandish.
This just become sort of like thriller-esque to me. Like they just seemed more detective type. I mean, the gore was okay, but it's just
Yeah, but the first one was fairly original. First one was kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I liked it. And
you had to run out to the ground.
I never liked Hostel at all. Any of those movies. Those are just kind of like the gore fest torture movies that didn't really seem scary.
That's exactly. It's a torture movie. It's not even scary.
Disgusting. How can you see that shit? Oh shit.
Hostel, I thought was just meant to be like Saw on steroids. That's what I thought because it came out right after, or like close.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a big scary movie. I watched a lot of them back in the day, but my wife can't watch any, so I haven't watched one.
I made the mistake of showing Sandy The Exorcism of Emily Rose when we were in college. And needless to say, that night she did not, for like that night and the next like 3 nights, she would always call me up at like 3 a.m. saying, Robert, I'm not going to sleep right now. You need to stay up and talk to me. Or like we were on separate floors in the dorm room, so I'd have to go down and like stay up with her until like 3 a.m. passed and then go back up to my dorm room and all that.
Just watch something funny afterwards, like Lion King. Best movie ever. Hands
The
down.
Ring. I like the original Ring U was good. The Japanese version
The
was good.
Japanese was amazing.
And
Shit,
did
that
you ever
was a
see Audition,
scary
Robbie?
movie.
The old Audition, the Japanese version of that?
That was
was
scary. That was really
was
good
scary.
movie.
What's
That was-
Audition? Is that the name of the movie? Audition?
Yeah, Audition. It's a Japanese horror movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
You see, that was creative, that was good, and it was legitimately scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the per girl had so many health issues, man.
Yeah.
Poor girl had health issues. Dr. Lukasz here wasn't happy with the medical treatment.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I
The
felt bad
Omen
for
was
her,
good.
you know?
The Omen was really good.
Yeah, Gregory Peck did a real good job in that
Yeah,
one.
the Omen was very good.
I don't like this
Outstanding.
shit. I don't know.
No?
Let's talk about comedies or football.
Yeah.
All right, well then, TJ, give us one of your top 3 comedies, and we'll go from one end of the spectrum to the other.
I think I mentioned them. Actually, top 3 comedies are probably like top 5 movies for me. I just love comedies. So I think I mentioned that Tropic Thunder is. I don't know if you haven't seen it. It's
I've
funny.
seen it.
I've seen it like probably 10 times. Every time I laugh even harder. It is so brilliant. It's so well done.
Yeah.
Could not be done in today's world, I don't think.
Oh,
No, not at all. No. Way too many sensitive snowflakes out there.
But it's just so funny. Oh my god. Oh shit. Robert Downey Jr. there is so brilliant. Everything is brilliant. Yeah, I love that one. I really liked The Big Lebowski. Even it's brilliant. Again, it's just brilliant shit. What other comedies do I like? I there's a lot, right? I am trying to remember which one.
I like Borat.
I just saw the sequel now.
I've never found that guy to be funny at
I
all.
hated the second one.
There's a couple of pieces there that are.
Yeah,
I mean, the second one was a bit
Yeah,
a bit too much.
That's the thing. You know, you guys from US don't understand the humor. You know.
No, actually, the first one was.
What do you mean? I actually understand half of what he's saying because he speaks Hebrew. Half of the movie he speaks Hebrew. Every time you think he speaks Kazakhstani, is Hebrew.
Yeah. I'm not saying you in particular. You know, but many people in US are like, "What the hell this guy is talking about?" Or you know, they don't understand some of his friends. But yeah, this guy.
No, it's funny, but he sometimes goes a bit too far, right? Just to
he went a lot too far in the second one. And
second one was a bit over the
much.
top. Yeah,
it was over the top. And you see, the thing is like about this movie. Like the first one, I'll give it, even though it was a little bit offensive.
First one was funny,
but the first one was funny, and it was original. The second
and also
one,
the first one, nobody knew him, right? So he actually was able to.
No, he was actually very popular before the first one. The Ali G show.
No one knew Borat.
The character.
Ali G was I saw Ali G on Channel 4 in the UK. He was hilarious there. Like
that
I started watching him when he was in the US before he did Ali G in the US. So Borat, the first one, was more, I would say, sort of, like it was, nobody knew him, so he was able to do a lot of the shit. This one, I actually read the way that they, like a lot of this stuff, they had to stage it, right? Like, you see it, like he lives with these 2 white trash guys in this middle. Obviously, there's a camera there, right? In the second one, they know that he's there. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, it wasn't that well. But it's crazy, yeah. So I think about Tropic Thunder, Big Lebowski. There's a bunch. There's a Wedding Crashers.
You see, like you said, Tropic Thunder was innovative and was very funny, and great acting and great writing.
The
writing is brilliant. That's
so many
why, like, I can't compare, like, Borat to me is junk.
No, but that's very different. Yeah, it's very different.
Tropic Thunder was probably one, and you know what I used to love, because we just talked about Tropic Thunder, and obviously it would not be made today. I mean, it's already having problems for what it was.
I heard so.
Yeah,
I actually saw Joe Rogan interviewed Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, it was terrible. He's getting attacked left and right.
It was so.
But if you take, for example. I just talked to a friend of mine about it. If you take Eddie Murphy, right? Yeah. So Eddie Murphy, the early work of Eddie Murphy, he was insulting everybody. The blacks, the whites, the Jews, the gays. There was no political correctness. And it was, even if you were Jewish, you would not get offended. Because it's funny.
It's funny.
It's really funny.
It's funny,
But Eddie Murphy, now during political correctness, is not that funny. In fact, you remember
really?
that.
I
Remember
didn't
that.
see him lately though.
There is nothing to see.
Yeah.
You know, there is. Remember that stand-up that he did? What was it?
Delirious.
Yes, that was very funny,
So
and
funny.
I found out that recently he apologized for it. I'm like,
On what? For
fuck?
what?
What the fuck are you apologizing for?
For what is he apologizing? It's
There's
like,
oh well, for the fact that it was racist and it was
of course it was
homophobic and stuff like that. He just went and apologized. And you know
Really?
what? I think that if he didn't apologize, sooner or later he would be attacked, just like Robert Downey Jr. for Tropic Thunder.
yeah, maybe. It was
Yeah.
so funny though, Delirious and Raw. I just saw it.
Raw is
with my
hilarious.
kids.
Amazing.
So-
Raw is
so
just.
funny.
I can watch it anytime, and it's like it doesn't get old.
You know who's the new Eddie Murphy for me? Like the new Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. Are you guys? Did you watch Bill Burr?
Yeah,
Yes,
I've seen some of his
yes.
stuff.
Oh my god, the dude is, and he has no limits. Like he doesn't give a flying fuck.
And you can
about
tell he's smart.
anything, and it's,
He also doesn't really feel like he's telling jokes. He feels like
he's like he's just angry. You feel like he's just angry.
about it the same day.
No Fate is right on the money. This is the cancel culture, political correctness movement, and all that bullshit needs to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's limits. It just went too far, right? Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder, by the way, like
He's fucking
that is the
hilarious.
best acting. Everybody talks about Robert Downey Jr. because he was amazing in that movie, but like Les Grossman there, oh shit, it's so funny, so funny.
Bill Burr. I'm gonna have to go look this one up. I haven't seen that special on Bill Burr yet.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really, really funny.
Everything he does, just watch him on Conan. Like there's a piece every time he talks about women. I just like YouTube Bill Burr. Women are overrated.
Well, TJ, you just got our entire female audience that just unsubscribed from the channel, so thanks for that there.
I don't care. He actually said it speaks the truth, and that women are overrated thing. Just check it out. He has some good points. Borat is the human centipede. That's true.
Kind of true.
Yeah. All about shock, but very little substance there.
Yeah. That was. Did you see though the Sacha Baron Cohen thing on what is it called? This Is America. You remember that? No, come on. He did like he plays an Israeli Mossad, ex-Mossad guy, and he goes and he like pranks people. He pranked this representative from Florida. You guys didn't see that one?
No, I haven't watched any of his stuff really. I mean, I saw the first Borat
that
because
one is unbelievable. Like what he got this guy to do is just insane.
I always find it strange with him how like he does these weird out there things, but he's actually a really, really, really good actor.
He's a great actor. Talladega Nights, he played amazing. And
I mean that one. And then he's got he's got that new one he's got out now with on Netflix, the Chicago 7 or something.
Yeah. No,
and he can play like a really straight up dude. I thought he was nominated for something, or he won.
Dude is like an Oxford graduate. Like the dude is fucking smart. He's not. But the Ali G, by the way, was a brilliant character. If you go to the original Ali G's, like just YouTube Ali G on religion or Ali G, it's funny as hell. Like the guy is smart. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find this.
Go hard on Obama's wife. I'm gonna have to look those up and see them. Could use a good comedy. Once Halloween passes, I'll get into a comedy groove. There's still a few horror movies I need to check off my list before I'm ready to end this Halloween season. So, gentlemen, let's move to the topic at hand. We had a little bit, and for all of you there watching there, post up any questions, comments you have for us regarding supplements, fitness, nutrition, or just other banter. You want to know what size shoe Shane wears, or why TJ wears the San Francisco 49ers hat, or anything like that. Keep those questions coming, rocket fire. But first, let's talk, and we've touched on this here and there over our various sessions, our weekend sessions. The business of influencers and sponsored athletes, and how they work for one company and say these are the best, they're second to none, and then 6 months later somebody else gives them another 6-figure contract and they're saying that. So I know Robbie, you've got some stuff, you got plenty of ammunition for this topic, so why don't you take the ball in charge?
Yeah, I mean, we all know about this subject very well, and Lukasz, I know his blood is boiling when it comes to it. This morning actually, I just saw an athlete posting about that he got a contract or ambassadorship with a company, and immediately the first thing that he said, basically, it's like we talk about game changers. The same thing. It's like this is the best quality and the best product on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you got free products or you got a few dollars does not automatically make it the best. I understand that, when we work for a certain company and we work for somebody, it's normal for us to say that, to be proud of it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there is also a way to formulate it correctly. As just watched TJ's review just before we started the show, and he actually did exactly what I admire him first for. And he said,
being sexy.
Don't push it. That's reserved for Shane. But
Big fact.
No, he said something, and a few times I think you said during the video, he said, in my opinion. So he actually praised the product. He said it's good. He outlined that the label is not super impressive, but he said it delivers. But everything was said in terms of like, it's my opinion. My opinion is fine. And when you're representing the company, I know that they're paying you money or they're giving you free product. I understand you take pride in it, or you just can pay your bills, and it's all good. But the problem is that the contract is typically for a year or 2 or 3 if you're a paid athlete. What's going to happen after? After, more than likely, you're going to get fired. And the reason is, it's not because you suck, unless you're somebody who is amazing and really generate a lot of revenue for the company. The reason why they're going to recycle you is because they already got your followers. They already got, some of the people that you actually influence, and they're moving on to somebody else. In most cases, that's the case. So what happens is now you're looking for a new sponsor, and you saying basically exactly the same thing. So sooner or later, in my opinion, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your reputation, and you're hurting your status, so to speak. I just actually had we posted something about Assassin, I think last week. Posted something about Assassin, and of course I'm not going to name who he is, but this is a very, very, very top athlete in IFBB, one of the top ones. We're talking top 6. He actually sent me a message showing me using Assassin. He's sponsored by somebody else. I know him. We talked a couple of times, have good relationship. And he said to me, this is the only pre-workout I use. Now, keep in mind, on his page, he's promoting completely different brand that his followers are probably buying. He doesn't promote Assassin, and of course he doesn't have to, because he's contracted with another company. So I do understand the business of it, the business side of it, but the way you have to present it, you have to present without hurting. You're not hurting your followers. You're hurting yourself ultimately. That's what you're doing. There is absolutely no credibility to what you're saying. And it doesn't have to do only with influencers. It doesn't have to do only with, sponsored athletes. That's just general speaking. I caught so many people on social media completely contradicting themselves. And I mean completely contradicting themselves, where they got to be saying, because they were that company, I hate proprietary blend. Proprietary blend is shit. And they go on and on and on and on. And then the contract or the friendship or whatever is over. It's over, and somehow he ends up with a company that does make proprietary blends, and then he's saying, oh my God, this is the best shit on the market. There is nothing like it, and it goes on and on and on. It just doesn't stop. And I think that's the major issue that you have here. Those guys are, in the long run, they hurting nobody but themselves. And the same goes with the review channels. I saw a review channel saying, criticizing some other review channel, actually that being TJ, criticizing him for labels are just labels.
Who criticized me for labels are just labels?
Yeah, can you believe it? What a shock.
Who did?
But the thing is that I saw that person promoting a proprietary blend. I did see it. So why are you accusing somebody else? It makes absolutely no sense to me. It's the same thing as we see, Trump and Biden on television, and they're saying shit They're lying openly, even though we can go a few years back and seeing that they totally contradicting themselves, because on record they were saying something the complete opposite of what they're saying right now. At the end of the day, just think about it. Common sense dictates if you said something, you're going to get, if it's on social media, you're pretty much done. It's obvious. It's very easy to prove. These guys are hurting nobody but themselves. We have athletes, even though we have good relationship, you have Guy Cisternino in the last 3 or 4 years being with 3 different brands, and each brand is the best brand on the market, best product on the market. It just, that's just, the way it is. And then this morning, I saw somebody sent me a link, I guess, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm a Ghostbusters or something like that. No pun intended. Ben from Price Plow talking about the fact that, everybody should have third-party testing and how he's all about transparency. Okay, no problem. But aren't you the guy who just endorsed Nutrix Fat Burner that is a proprietary blend? I mean, you're going to get caught with this. So you should, I don't know, either know how to lie properly so at least you don't get caught. You should present it in a better way. Or we have to have a sticker or a label with banned substances. Banned substances, okay, how the fuck are we going to do that? There is FDA banned substances, but there is also, sports federations banned substances. For example, if you take USADA, which is the governing body for UFC, they have banned substances that are 100% legal and allowed by FDA. You cannot use alpha yohimbe if you're fighting in UFC. You cannot use area geranices if you're fighting in UFC. Those are all legal ingredients. There is no way that you can avoid taking them or something like that. So the bottom line is, be very careful what you're saying, because the thing is that somebody is going to hold you accountable to that. You can't be saying that this is good and then 3 months later point to a product and say that it's not good. And as much as I hate saying it, since I'm being on this fucking honest track right now, Justin from, Supplement Snoop, I know about a few products that he quoted literally saying that they're not good. And all of a sudden, Justin, supports certain brands. It makes no sense. Just because you're now on a roundtable discussion, now you're supporting something that you were actually against. Again, we're going back and we can catch you with these things. It just makes no sense. Same with athletes. You're going to be with one brand's going to fire you, you're going to be with another brand, and now this is the best shit on the market. I saw, and you know what, I don't give a shit about saying it, I saw Flex Lewis saying that he doesn't take BPI products when he was with BPI. I heard it with my own ears. I was there. So what are we trying to accomplish? The bottom line is this is a very small industry. It's a very small industry, and people do talk. And sooner or later, it's definitely going to go out. And who's going to pay the price? You're going to pay the price. That's it. So I'm definitely dead against it. I'm not saying influencers are bad. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have influencers. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have sponsored athletes. I mean, we have Branch Warren. Clearly, it's a sponsored athlete. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Branch Warren, before anything, I had to send them a fucking huge package of all the products that we have. And then a week later, after he actually tried them, then we had a discussion about it. And that's true. And I think that's the way it should be. You putting your name on the line, you putting your reputation on the line. How much do you value your reputation? Because your reputation is more important than money. It's a lot more. Your reputation actually is going to earn you more money eventually. So if you're going to bullshit the consumer, who do you think you're helping? You're helping your pocket just because at the end of the month you're getting a paycheck? You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt because you know what? People will. I saw on Guy Cisternino's post when he signed with Blackstone, somebody actually asked him, Shane, stop. You're not that sexy. Yeah, I'm going to go back to TJ.
I just remember what the original question was.
I saw it. I saw it in a post. I'm with, Blackstone. And somebody actually legitimately asked him, are you going to say that this is the best supplement on the market now? We do have people that do understand the supplement facts. We do have the people that actually watch legit channels And I think at the end of the day, you're hurting your reputation. That's all you're doing.
Okay, so let me interject here and let me throw a question your way real quick, Robbie. So sometimes an athlete isn't the one to jump ship. Sometimes a supplement company just doesn't renew the contract. They're not firing the person, but they got the 1 year out of that athlete that they wanted. They increased their followers, got more sales, and they just decide not to renew the contract just because maybe they want to go in a different direction. What, from the athlete's point of view, how do you maintain integrity while still being sponsored by various companies? So how can you tactfully, professionally, ethically promote one brand's products, and then you get signed by another brand and then go promote their products too? Approach it from that way. How would you handle it if you were, being paid?
If I were an athlete, well, the first thing I would do exactly the same thing as Branch said. Send me the product so I can, I can try them, I can test them out. And every company has, I don't know. Okay, take Apollon for example. We have 4 flavors in protein. I know you like some of them, but you have your favorites. I know, for example, TJ likes peanut butter cookie, right? And TJ, and he likes in chainsaw, I think, coconut lime. That's his favorite. He never said that he likes Blue Bomb. I mean, I remember him trying it. He said it's okay. I wasn't offended by it. I wasn't offended at all because I don't like every flavor. It's natural for us not to like every flavor. We're not talking about pre-workouts right now because that's a whole other issue. We're talking about just flavors. So I think if you're transparent, you should say to the company, listen, I will represent you, but let me represent you in an honest way. I'm going to say which products I prefer, which flavors I prefer. I'm going to be transparent with what I use. Because if you have fucking 10 products or 20 products, doesn't matter how many SKUs, it's just obvious I'm not going to use every fucking product. I respect the line. I respect what you guys do. But you know what? I like chocolate protein. And I like, fruit punch in your aminos. That's my favorite. And I'm going to correspond it to my followers. I'm going to say, like, listen, Apollon has these flavors. My favorite is this one, but you might as well try something else. Maybe you're going to like something else. Thanks, Pete. So that's the thing. Like, I actually posted on social media something about peanut butter cookie being our #1 seller. And I remember Corey Anderson, who's been with us for many years now from the beginning, he actually said that chocolate is better than peanut butter. I told you many times, Carolina likes, in Enigma, she likes strawberry acai. I like pineapple. Why would I lie to you about something that I do? I think if the athlete would present that I'm going to be transparent and I'm going to be honest with the product that I use, even when we had Juan Morel would not use Hooligan that often because he's not about the stems. So he would use bare knuckle. And we talked about it, and I told him, I said, promote what you're actually using. Because guess what? People are going to go to the website, and they're going to see other products. Maybe they're going to select something else. They already trust the brand, and they trust the athlete to be honest. And I think, when things just don't work out, or for whatever reason the relationship is over, I think people will trust you more. The companies can see that, listen, that's not his favorite, it's fine. But I think that there is more. You can't say, like, everything that this company makes is the best. Well, the quality can be great. But the thing is like, for example, if somebody says that a certain company that makes, so to speak, junk products, and the person, just because he gets paid or he gets free product, and all of a sudden he says, best shit on the market. Okay, most people, or some people will not say anything. Some people who are actually diehard followers will say, yeah, I'm going to use that product because he said so. Mm-hmm. And then others might actually question you. Okay, well, you said it's best quality. What makes it best quality? I think then you're fucked because you literally have no answer.
Yeah,
I don't remember who posted something about, I think actually Branch posted about Hooligan or Assassin or something like that. And on his page, somebody posted, well, my favorite is Radcon, and somebody actually posted G-Code, which Robert criticized the label only 2 weeks ago. Somebody said, well, that's the best shit on the market. Clearly what we make and what G-Code makes are completely different territories. Yeah. If that person actually means that that's the strong and best for him, like TJ said, in my opinion, then so be it. But the truth is that sometimes people are buying products just because an influencer or a review channel or an athlete said so. That is until that person who trusts you meets somebody else and says, well, you know what? Actually, that guy is full of shit because he jumped ship from one company to another one. And if you check Phil Heath, Phil Heath was, I mean, that's a number one liar. I don't think it gets worse than him because, I mean, it's true. Phil Heath was with Muscle Tech, best products on the market. He would say it. They only used Muscle Tech his entire life. Then he said that,
It was with Metric before then.
Yeah, it was with it. And then when he had, what was that? Gifted. It's, I formulated the products. These are the best products on the market. That's the only product that I use. I formulated exactly like I use my products. Then Phil Heath gets fired from his own company. Well, you didn't get fired from your own company. You got fired because you only belong to that company because of the name. The lie was from the day one. You never owned the company. You were an employee, and some fat guy probably owns it. And you were just getting paid money to say that you are the owner of the company. Boom. Again, the trust is gone. And then he signs with Ultimate Nutrition. And guess what? I've been taking Ultimate Nutrition from day one in bodybuilding. Those are the best supplements. You're getting fired from Ultimate Nutrition because you fucked up in Brazil. Now you have your own line. And you're saying that's the hard-hitting pre-workout. This is the best protein. I formulated it myself. Well, the line is not doing that spectacular, at least not in the United States. I mean, go into any store or anywhere else, you will hardly, well, I don't think you will find it anywhere, So it's definitely not doing well. Phil Heath as a bodybuilder, he's an amazing, I mean, one of all-time best. You can't argue with that. Phil Heath as promoting, is he worth the money? I don't think so, because I know that, when I talk to friends, people,
guys, let's go for aerobics on the rant.
Then you will find that he's not really trustworthy athlete. Why would you pay him top dollar? He's not going to do shit for your company. It's like, same goes for Sean Ray. Sean Ray is one of the greatest of all time. He's a piece of shit person, but at the same time, one of the greatest bodybuilders. So people will not buy those products because people that lost respect, or they lost their stature when it comes to it, they're losing credibility. They're losing credibility. I mean, I saw a clear spike in sales since we signed Branch. Why? Because people still trust him. People like him. He's a likable guy. And, I even heard when somebody, just one person, now no big deal, said, why would you sign somebody who retired? Did you fucking see what he looks like? The guy probably in 3 months can step on Olympia stage. He still does exactly the same shit that he used to do when he used to, be a competitive bodybuilder. And people genuinely like him. People genuinely follow him, and people actually trust him, and for a reason.
Yeah, I think there are certain people that are good ambassadors for the sport of bodybuilding,
but very far in between.
Yeah, like Jay Cutler, if he didn't have his own line, I would sign him as a big brand because he's still out there doing appearances, doing show promotions, is really got his thumb on the pulse of the industry and all of that stuff. So there are certain people that I think have stepped up and done a really good service for promoting the industry and just supplements in general. And then you have other people, and I've heard other people knock Phil Heath for not being as vocal or being as, promoting it. And I can understand that. I mean, you're grinding your nuts off, 9-10 months out of the year trying to prep for an Olympia competition. So do you really want to be bothered by going and make appearances? I mean, I can understand that to a certain extent, but then, on the back end, don't expect people to come calling when, you're not the shit anymore.
Yeah, but you know what? Speaking of Jay Cutler, number one, your podcast with him was phenomenal. Congratulations on that, because that was a great job. And yesterday, I actually talked to a friend of mine who owns a supplement store, and he just started carrying Jay's line. So, I mean, Jay is still a huge name, just like, Branch Warren. And, of course, he has 4 Mr. Olympia titles. He's still a big name and very well respected. So my friend who owns a small supplement store, he tells me he can text Jay. Jay replies to him. Jay helps him out. Jay communicates with him all the time. When he brought in the line, Jay actually checked on him and said and asked him, how the line is doing. So obviously, this is when he told me that just goes to show what kind of reputation he has. People like him. And by the way, I tried his aminos yesterday. I think something blue, maybe it was blue ras or something. Absolutely delicious.
Curious. I think he mentioned blue ras. It's like a blue ras lemonade or a blue bomb lemonade or something like that.
I think something lemonade, because it was a little bit sour, but it was really delicious, on point.
All right, Lukasz, your mute ban has been removed. You're allowed to speak now.
Aerobic Robic already said a lot. I just wanted to say.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with that.
You know,
And that's it for this episode. Thank you for joining us. We were
no, but just my few cents. I wrote you today, guys, the message on WhatsApp, but just to clear up for the audience and for everyone else. I was watching today YouTube, and I watched a video from a famous YouTuber, Greg Doucet. Right now, he's very famous, and he has a lot of following, and he had a contract with Rise, Supps, and he has a tremendous, following, and everyone is advertising him. Everyone is watching his videos. He's doing lots of informative stuff, which is pretty cool, and that's why he's gaining so much attention nowadays. And he mentioned in one of his recent videos that he's not with Rise anymore due to the fact that they made some issues with his contract. They wanted to negotiate, but they didn't reach agreement. So now he's clearing from Rise. He wants to replace all the the history. He wants to basically cancel Rise. And he's promoted the products from his products, such as the training programs, the cooking book, and all the different stuff. And that triggers me a lot, because it's you don't have any integrity. First, you for past 2 years you say to all your customers, to all your audience, how fucking amazing the protein and the other products are, and after 2 years they didn't change anything. The products are still exactly the same, nothing changed. And now he's telling to people, what, guys, these products suck. And it blows my mind. It's like it pisses me off, because you can say, for example, if you are leaving a company, you say, well, we didn't reach agreement as far as contract. I wish them all the best. And for example, if you are starting your own line, you can say, well, I'm gonna do my own thing, just like Jay did, because back in the days he was with BPI, and now he has his own line, as you mentioned, guys. But he did it with class. He said, all right, I'm not with BPI. I wish them all the best, and I will start my own shit. But even if you're starting your own shit, you should, for example, say, I really appreciate what these guys did for me, and I really value their products, and I still stand behind their products. And I'm not gonna change anything. For example, I'm not gonna replace their name in my training books or anything like this. I can still say, if you like, for example, rice protein, go ahead, man, buy it. Because I was using it for 2 years, it suited me perfectly, and he even dried this fucking protein. He ate it dried, the dried scoops. He ate them from the container. That's how he advertised it as they are super delicious and everything. And now what? He's telling the audience that they are like bullshit or something. It doesn't make sense to me, And I hate, I just disregard like people that are like, putting bullshit out there. Especially, as I said, I always say, that some athletes are like bees. They're like fucking every flower. They're just like, it's just jumping from one flower to another flower just because they get more and more money. And money is not a thing. Money can, that's just one factor. But at the same time, it's like, you need to make more priorities, because in life more things matter. Let's say relationships and your how you treat people, and what's your opinion in the industry. Thank you. Amen.
There you go, man. Shane, anything to add to that, sir?
Nah. Oh, good.
TJ, you're a marketing tech guru. Anything to add?
Yeah, first, just that you know, by the way, I just googled Greg Doucet. I didn't even know who the fuck he is. So, okay. Looks weird, by the way.
He's
Sounds
intense.
weird, also.
Very
Yeah,
intense.
he's intense.
Yeah,
True.
seems like great. What got him like popular? Was that the Jeff Cavalier stuff? I was just trying to track YouTube
To be honest,
volume.
yes, he started doing the cooking videos. After cooking videos, he was doing the
Natty or not, like
Natty
stuff.
or Not shows.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, like okay.
And after
got it.
that, he basically blown away because he was super informative about, he started to basically putting his opinion on others people,
Right.
videos, so.
Right. Yeah, that always works. By the way, trashing other people always will get you some volume. I think on the influencer side, I think we talked about first find someone that actually represents the brand, that there's a good fit with the brand. Second thing, I think you asked Robert the right question. I mean, it's obviously a business. You want to follow people and or you want to have sponsorship contracts and stuff like that. I just think that between that and saying it's the best thing ever, once you sign up, just say it's good. It's good. If it's good, then it's good. You're using it. You're presenting it. You can talk about it. You can say there's no brand in the world that's the best ever in everything. It just doesn't exist. So why even say that? And when you leave them, to Luka's point, why say that they're shit? I mean, just say it's great. I've joined. We share the same values. We have the same things. I like the product. I'm working with the brand. You leave, you say, hey, it was a great time working with them. Goodbye. Still good products. Move on with your life. I think that's the main thing, right? Like, I don't think that there is anything bad with aligning yourself or, getting a contract. Great. I mean, influencers are important. They're an important element of marketing today. Mm-hmm. But find the one that fits, and you shouldn't be saying that this is the best thing ever, and you shouldn't be saying it's a shit ever. That's it.
I really enjoy the taste, or this tastes really great, or this helps me perform better. But don't say this is the best ever thing. This is the best thing. It's the only thing I've ever used.
I think
sometimes it'll be in their contract though.
Yeah.
To say it's the best, so the brand
the brand will be the one dictating what's.
So the brand is retarded in this case. I mean, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I think that the right way. Here's so any influencer listening to this. Here's you can write this down. Take a piece of paper, write this down. Hey, we joined forces with so and so brand. I really like the people there. I really like what they stand for, and I try the products and I like them. I'm going to help them promote the brand. I'm going to help them tell the story of the brand. And I'm actually looking forward to using the products for the foreseeable future. Thank you very much and goodbye. So that's, hopefully they wrote it down. And then when you leave, say, it was a great period of time working with this brand. Really enjoyed the people, really enjoyed the products. It's time to move on. That's it. You wrote it down? That's it, done. Okay.
I like that, man. I like that. That's professional, ethical.
I just don't get it. Like, why go overburden? I mean, it's like any porn star player would say, that's the biggest dick I ever saw. No, come on. You saw like so many big dicks, and there's bigger coming. And then, just like Robert said, you're on Pornhub, they're going to see that you had another movie and the dick was bigger. You're obviously lying.
You just went out like this beautiful template, this beautiful, like, yeah.
You can always count on TV to bring it real.
Everyone wrote it down, and they're just like, "Oh, damn."
The funny thing is, it was actually a perfect analogy. It makes sense.
It is, seriously. I mean,
I'm not saying it's a bad analogy. I'm just,
you know what levels. I mean? Like, oh my God, levels, it's so big. What do you mean? Come on.
Question for
Lukasz.
Doing
this for a while.
From the audience, Lukasz, can you recommend an online European retailer for brands like Laxon, Apollon, Myoblox?
I think that the best way for Apollon would be to go to our good friend based in UK. And as far as the other brands, Glaxon, Myoblox, I would definitely recommend Inside Supps from UK as well. Danny Greenfield is my guy, so I would definitely recommend him. To see what he has in stock, and also Dan from Power Myself, also based in UK. Guys are pretty legit, and you basically can find all the Glaxon and the Myoblox products with them. So yeah, I would
and
go
those
with
guys
them.
ship everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And the guys shipped all over the Europe. So yeah, these guys are probably legit. If you're closer to Poland, you can also go to Body Shock EU. They also ship all around Europe, and they are based in Poland, so you can also grab some stuff down there as well. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll touch on this one real quick, and we can move to another topic after that. Can you explain soy protein sources, and will they increase estrogen levels? Say you eat as many soy protein bars as TJ does. TJ, do you eat a lot of soy protein bars, first of all, before I get into the science of this
A lot of
shit?
soy? No, I eat a lot of protein bars. Just
Okay.
not
All right,
soy
so
specifically.
the quick rundown, soy protein, it's a plant protein source. Unlike most of the other plant protein sources, it is a complete protein, which means it contains sufficient amounts of all the essential amino acids to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis. A lot of other stuff like brown rice protein, wheat gluten, a bunch of those are incomplete amino acid profiles just because they're deficient in one of the key essential amino acids like leucine, lysine, methionine, any of those. They could be deficient in one or more of those. So that's why you see a lot of vegan plant protein powders combine multiple sources like hemp seed, quinoa protein, brown rice protein, pea protein, all of those other ones. So you can get a more complete, comprehensive amino acid profile. So before we started getting in all these vegan blends over the years, the previous kind of front runner for vegetarian or vegan plant protein sources was a soy protein. Now, soy is a complete protein. There's enough studies showing that, you take soy protein in comparison to whey protein, they're both effective and lead to the same changes in body composition. So you get roughly the same amount of muscle growth from that. The concern many people have had over the years about soy protein is that there are phytoestrogens. So there are plant estrogenic compounds in there. So by theory or extension, and some of the rat studies showed this, is that you consume enough soy protein, it will lead to increased estrogenic factors in the body. So, if you're a guy, maybe your testicles shrink and you start growing man boobs, in theory. However, there have been a bunch of studies come out in recent years. There's two in particular by Cody Hahn. The first one is a 27 study published in the journal Nutrients titled Effects of Whey, Soy, and Leucine Supplementation with 12 Weeks of Resistance Training on Strength, Body Composition, and Skeletal Muscle and Adipose Tissue Histological Attributes in College Male Athletes. That one, it was a 12-week resistance training program. They gave athletes either placebo, whey protein, or a soy protein. When they matched it for protein content, they gave them that 2 shakes a day for 12 weeks. And then there's a follow-up study that came out in 2018 by the same research group with Cody Hahn and C. Brooks Mobley called Soy Protein Supplementation is Not Androgenic or Estrogenic in College-Aged Men when Combined with Resistance Training. So the basics of these two studies are that both whey and soy protein were effective for supporting and enhancing lean body mass accretion in conjunction with resistance training. So they were both effective in helping you build muscle, provided that you give your body the requisite sufficient stimulus through resistance training. And it was not estrogenic. So it's not going to increase your blood markers, your hormone levels of estrogen in the body. It's not going to make you grow man boobs. It's not going to shrink your testicles. It's not going to make your hair fall out. So as with everything in moderation, you're going to be fine with soy protein. You have a bar here or there that's got soy protein in it, you'll be fine. You have a scoop of soy protein once a day or a couple times a week, you're going to be fine. There's no serious concerns from a physiological point of view if you're a guy with soy protein, or a girl for that matter. So there we go with that one.
It was, yeah. I'm Google translating everything you're saying. Just give me 5 minutes.
Perfect, thanks.
But still, the amount of the soy protein which is used in the bars is pretty low. Especially the brands are basically adding the protein just to make it the texture better as far as
Correct.
The profile is like the percentage of the used soy protein is really low.
Yeah, especially from a bar standpoint, the soy content is really low. And even if you're doing shakes a day, which is just pure soy protein concentrate, you don't have anything to worry about, even if you're taking 2 shakes a day every day for 12 weeks. So you'll be fine.
Totally.
It is mildly hilarious. Only one of you is in costume. Without context, Robert just looks like an aspiring supplement vigilante. Well, there we go. I'm the masked bandit of the supplement industry. I'm going to steal everybody's stuff and say it's the best. Pete Pasimus, bottom line, don't judge a supplement company by its athlete. Do your research, listen to the final scoop, and make your final decision. Amen, Pete. I agree with that. All right. Here's a good one for Kazimon. Topic for the panel: look into brands that target females, like Ideal Fit, Alani Nu, Women's Best. A bunch of companies have female lines, or they used to have the Fitness. Muscle Farm had the Fitness line a while back. One Up Nutrition has a female line. Shane, help me out here. Are there any other major brands?
Alpha Lion just came out with Superwoman, right?
Yeah.
Something to help with PMS. I'm actually reviewing it right now.
Let's know how that works out for you.
Just drinking like gallons of soap,
especially for women as well.
I mean, you don't see them as much anymore. Like there are some big ones, but like because back in the day, it used to be like their fitness one was like they did the CLA, Muscle Farms Fitness CLA. It was the exact same thing as their core series CLA, and it was the same. It was like a few dollars more, exact same products, a few dollars more. And that was what it used to be like with a lot of different lines. They would just do a lot of the same shit or like a pre-workout at half the amount, same servings, and then they would sell it for the same price. I mean, you don't see that anymore. It's mostly dedicated female-based brands. And to their credit, some of those brands, they'll dose certain ingredients at good amounts and then lower some of the other ones. But then, yeah, I mean, they're not as shitty as they used to be. They used to be just straight up shit, and it was disrespectful to females, I felt. Yeah. But nowadays they're a little bit better. But I mean, it's up to the user, right? If a woman goes and takes a pre-workout that her boyfriend or a friend likes, she said this is a bit much. She's likely to wind up at these ones that are like, shooting for that weaker audience. I mean,
I would definitely agree with your point, Shane. Like in your speak, they were lightly dosed, or they were
generously dosed.
Yeah. Well, no, the female products of yesteryear were extremely lightly dosed. As far as stuff. I mean, the women's lines have come around. I remember looking at a few of Alani Nu's products, 6-8 months back, and I was not overwhelmed with them. With their lineup, I haven't looked at them recently. One Up's pre-workout. I pulled up One Up's women's pre-workout right now. In a full scoop, you get 5 grams of citrulline, so that's solid. 750 of agmatine, it's not too bad. 1600 of beta-alanine, that's fine. HMB and Hyca, which I think both of those ingredients are crap. I don't see any benefit to those. 250 caffeine, that's good. 200 theobromine, 250 caffeine citrate, 125 ureadrensis, 50 Infinergy, 50 DMAE, 100 micrograms of huperzine. So yeah, this is actually a fairly legitimate pre-workout for women. I'll have to check out the Alani Nu one.
I like Robic Space.
You see, the thing is though, is that you'll never see like a high stim, like you'll never see an intense women's pre-workout. I think it's just this general like stereotypical approach from the industry. Like you'll never see Robic do a special edition version that's going to be like pink and geared towards women. He'll do like an intense hardcore thing. So whenever you do women's stuff, it's just there's just this stigma that you have to do light dosed pink, and it's again I feel like it's a bit disrespectful to women who
absolutely.
But if Robic did a hardcore one, I don't think the woman he wants to target would probably take it. I think the women that would take that would already be taking his regular one. So it's hard.
Shane, I think if Robic would decide to make a pre-workout for women, I think not by marketing, he could use, for example, a bit different spin of different ingredients, those kind of things. That way, he could like have a product that could like.
No, but then he would still need to do the same thing. He would still need to make it like
I think
hooligan for women. He would still need to give it that like weak. He would have to do it. He would have to play into their stereotype. Otherwise, they're just going to be. No one's really going to know.
Why women need to have a weaker product?
I think that Lukasz, that was the best question, because the thing is, it's spot on what Shane said. It's stereotype. That's it. Yes, we are different than women to a certain aspect. So say, for example, if we're talking about anabolic steroids, because of the virilization side effects, you're obviously not going to use the same, and hormonal base, of course, you're not going to use the same steroids and the same dosages with men and women. It's completely unnecessary and even dangerous, so to speak. It's bullshit. If we are talking about protein intake, well, protein intake is the same. You can go according to the body weight. That's it, not gender. If we're talking about pre-workout, Robert just went over, was it First Form? He went over day pre-workout, and he was saying the 5 grams of citrulline. Oh, okay, that's good. But for women, there is no difference between different dosages for citrulline. It's all exactly the same. And there are some women who can tolerate 800 milligrams of caffeine way better than some men can tolerate 400. There is no difference whatsoever. It's complete bullshit. And I'm not even talking about EEAs and BCAs and all those products. It's completely unnecessary to make a product for women. So I think it's pure marketing and stereotype. That's a combination of both. The only thing is, it comes down to steroids and it comes down to multivitamins, because multivitamins do make a difference. I mean, they have prenatal vitamins as well, so there is a slight difference, of course, absolutely no questions. But with pre-workouts and other supplements, fish oil and stuff like that, I mean, it's completely unnecessary. When you have TJ reviewing pre-workout, he doesn't say this is for men only. It's stupid. It's just completely dumb. Pre-workout is a pre-workout. BCA is BCA. Protein is protein. That's it. There are maybe certain products or pharmaceuticals. Yes, absolutely. Other than that, I mean, not to disrespect anyone, but it's completely marketing gimmick, and it's completely stereotypical, and it's just pure money draining bullshit. And for most part, what they're doing, they're taking the men's formula and they're dividing it in half and selling it for the same price, but this product is a lot cheaper to manufacture. So it's a complete scam.
100%. And between the three profiles you listed, Ideal Fit, Alani Nu. Alani Nu's pre-workout is not bad. You're getting 30 servings for $40 on their website before a coupon code. You're getting 6 grams of 2,1-citrulline malate, 1.6 grams of beta-alanine, 500 of tyrosine. That's on the low end for me personally. 200 caffeine and 200 theanine. The Ideal Fit pre-workout is a steaming pile of garbage. So a single scoop. It's got a prop blend of phosphatidylserine, CLA, green tea, and evodiamine. Then you get 3 grams of Sitmal, a gram and a half of betaine, gram and a half of beta-alanine, 150 caffeine, 300 theanine, 75 norvaline, 750 tyrosine and agmatine. So it's, women do not need a special women's only protein powder or women's only pre-workout. They can take the real stuff that's marketed to men.
It's a bit tricky though, isn't it? Because if you're new to supplements and you're a woman, you come in and you go to a supplement store and you see that a brand that makes a pre-workout, regardless of what their shop assistant says, you don't understand what they say when they say 6 grams of citrulline. If you see that there's a pink one on there and it's for women and it's like pink lemonade or cocktail flavored or whatever, I cannot understand. You cannot blame them for grabbing that. I would do the same thing.
It's a scam.
If I went into a beauty store and there was a man's shampoo with like a chainsaw on it, fuck yeah, grab that shit.
Yeah, but you know what? If we are going that far, so imagine now Fitness Deal News has a Fitness Deal News for women, and that's going to be TJ's wife, because, he's going to be fucking doing a pre-workout. He's going to say, like, people, this is a pre-workout I'm reviewing. It's strictly for men. Disclaimer: this is not for women. Well, here's a pink one. Sigal's gonna do the review on it, because this is for women only. I cannot touch it because it's not manufactured for me. This is specifically. Or should I sue the company and say, hold on a second, on this particular pre-workout, you didn't put men only? Yeah, it's retarded.
It's a tricky game, because again, you get some brands will do it nicely, some brands will do a lighter version. like sell it for
But
reasonably
you
less.
can call it lighter version. You don't have to call it for women if you're being totally honest and totally transparent.
But
you
again,
can just
if they
subdivide.
they could sell a whole lot more to women if they market it towards women. So it's a fine line. It's
Well, but we're
it
talking about
sucks, but-
marketing business side, and we're talking about transparency and honesty. You're telling women that this is a pre-workout for you. In reality, they don't need a pre-workout for them. They just need a pre-workout, and they can make a decision whether they want to use C4 or they want to use Hooligan or Assassin or, a Hypermax. It's up to them. And some of them, I know women that can tolerate a lot more caffeine than I can. I mean, and all you do is, like I said, and I've seen those products. I've seen those products, like you said, a pink box. So you have men's formula or just a formula, and then you have women's formula. And if you put them together, they're literally like divided by half in terms of ingredients. The lighter version, and then they have identical price. They have identical price to them. So again, from a marketing perspective, totally understand it.
But there are women's brands that do it reasonably well, that don't have a regular version, that just have the one version that's geared towards women, and they do it pretty well. But they get roped into these other guys that are doing the shitty way, and it just ruins it for everyone, because then they get that, they're basically all across the board considered shitty, because most of them are doing these shit versions and charging more, whereas there are some brands out there that are doing a relatively good job, moderately priced, don't have they don't have that men's version. It's just a woman's geared marketed brand.
It's a marketing and it's a policy. But TJ has Gilad, his son, sometimes trying with him a protein powder. He doesn't say like, "Well, this is for kids. Try it." It's a regular it's a regular protein. He's just trying for the taste. And I'm pretty sure if he makes a protein shake, TJ probably uses 1 to 2 scoops, and his son probably uses just 1 scoop because he's a lot smaller. And that's it. And it's the same product for both. It doesn't really matter.
I think the thing is, I think the trick is that the people that are going to buy those women's pre-workouts that are marketed towards women, they aren't ever going to watch us. If they are, they're not taking the women's pre-workout anymore. I can tell you that.
No, but that's the
Here's
thing.
a good comment right here. They said they totally fell for it, and then thanks to watching us, we helped steer them away from that. So we're enlarging our female demographic slowly, listener by listener.
Yeah, I think that there's there's two things. There's the formulas, which I don't think that there's anything in most supplements that I can think of that's anything specific, male, female, kids, bisexuals, transgenders, whatever. I don't think that there's a difference. There's marketing, which for sure there is a difference. 100%. Women, we talked about influencers. You're marketing to women, don't take whatever, I don't know, Branch Warren, because that's just irrelevant. Find a woman that people follow and have her represent the brand. The packaging, don't put skulls, dead clowns, centipedes, what the fuck ever. Put something nicer, I don't know what.
Asses and mouths.
Asses to mouths type shit. I mean, just put something that speaks to women and that they feel that they can relate. It's marketing, right? The formulas, I think the challenge and the sort of where the runt comes from is that sometimes you claim the formula was made specifically for women, which is stupid. Just like if you would say on the same thing, like it's made specifically for white men or black men or Mexican, I don't know what. Like, what does that even mean? It's stupid, right? 99% of the stuff, 99% of the things. By the way, it's true, but we talk about the supplement industry. I always tell my wife, like she says, hey, this shampoo is for delicate skin, and this one is. I said, come on, seriously, this is all the same shit. They change like 5% of something.
Whenever I go to
come on, like this is a night cream and this is a day cream, and this is for this. Like my wife literally said, this is for this and this is for this. This is for this and this is for. Come, give me a fucking break, man. Right? Same shit.
I go for it.
You go for it, right?
Yeah, but I buy my shampoo. I'm like, okay, damaged hair, colored hair. I'm like, okay, so I don't have damage. There's a natural color.
Right.
I always look for like short hair.
There's shampoo for short hair.
No, it's not. But I'm like,
by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if someone came up with it. Because again, we talked about it in other contexts. So it's market. Here's the thing. Okay, Shane, you have short hair, right? You go now to a store. Seriously, now think about this. This is the power of marketing, right? You go to a store now. Visualize this. I don't know which shampoo you're using. Let's say you're using brand X, right? There's literally 2 bottles now.
I'm going to buy it if it's brand X. If it's brand X, that's a beautiful name.
Okay, great. So it says brand X. Both of them say brand X, right? One of them says regular shampoo, and the other one says for short hair. You have both of them same price. Which one are you buying? Short hair, right?
For short hair.
There you go. That's
Hands
it.
down.
Done. So,
but I tell you what, though, if the regular shampoo had like, I don't know, a fucking Scream 5 special edition packaging, I might be inclined to buy that one. I can tell you that. The thing is, I don't care. But I'm going to go for the one that like speaks
it's
to
the why not. Listen, it's the why not, and it speaks to you, and that's what I'm saying. It's mostly about branding and affiliation. I think the formula stuff is bullshit. 99% of the time.
The problem is though is that it's like you said with the shampoo, you wouldn't be questioning it if it wasn't on the shelf, and there wouldn't be this confusion or this ability to do a cheaper formula and get away with it if someone didn't come out and decide to put a women's pre-workout on the shelf. This wouldn't be a problem. Like if we were all just pre-workouts and this was high sim.
Right.
But the minute that they separate it and go, this is for women, like no one has ever done before. Like me, I'm like I said, short hair is like that's mine. That's my shampoo. I ain't never seen that before, and I have short hair. This is perfect.
There's that. That's exactly it. Yeah. So you want to feel related.
If they said short hair and brown hair, oh my god!
There you go.
Oh
Boom,
my god!
Boom.
I would buy a case.
Special hair for New Zealand people.
And then limited edition.
Our story. We looked at the market and we did a lot of research, and we were surprised that no one did. And then I remember looking at my dad when he was young and his hair was short and brown, and he was so confused because he couldn't find a shampoo that would fit it. And we decided that when we were adults, we're going to change this thing. We sat there, and just like the Gaspari pre-workout, for 2 fucking years, we worked on this specific shampoo for brown and short hair. And after testing in focus groups, we did like so many focus groups. And actually one person that tried it in the focus group died, and we had to reformulate because it wasn't a perfect fit with his brown hair. And then we came out with this the perfect shampoo for short brown hair.
And it's less in the bottle because you have less hair.
Less hair, less in the bottle, and by the way, it's an Obogo free today. Go get some.
Yes. Look at that. See, tell you what, that's the thing. See, I would go buy that. But shampoo people would be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. And I completely agree. But
put the words expert formulated on there, quality dosed, and you're going to see everybody in.
Something like it would say formulated by Dr. Brown Hair, right? Like
so I feel bad that like there are women's pre-workouts that take advantage of them. But like, I mean, the best you could do is be like, look, dude, it's not specifically for you. Like, I mean, you can use other ones.
Yeah, well, this is.
But it's just a matter of, I
was gonna say this is one of the top women's pre-workout on Amazon. Okay. It's called Pre-Workout for Women. Right there.
Oh my god, I love that peg.
You know what this is, right?
For women, Sheer Strength Labs. Look at the steaming dog shit of a formula.
They're big, by the way. They sell a lot.
They specially mentioned for women.
No, it's for SEO. It's for search engine. When you go into Amazon and you search pre-workout for women, because women go into Amazon and search pre-workout for women, they come up first.
Is this for real?
This is for real. For all the listeners out there, please do not support this company.
Sell a lot, I'll tell you. Like,
please do not support this company. This is a dog shit.
See, this is the thing, though. If you put,
probably can't help it by now because they're first on Amazon search.
There's nothing we're going to be able to do. But like I said, if this was on the shelf next to, I don't know, say called C4 Ultimate or C4, I mean, the regular C4 is named C4 Extreme. Even just without the Extreme. But like, you got C4, even if you dare put the scary looking hooligan next to it, I mean, you're going to have no choice but to shoot for this.
Yeah.
Why would you go for either of them? I mean, this is perfect. And the other thing is my sister-in-law, she went and bought a collagen product. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, it's just straight collagen, straight unflavored collagen. I was like, why don't you just buy like a big bulk tub, like a big bag? She's like, oh, the packaging's real nice. And I'm talking like $40, $40 something. But that was the first thing she bought. So that's the other part that plays into it. You can't have hooligan on your makeup shelf. You just can't. I'm sorry. It needs to be pretty.
Yeah, but what if you say that you worked on it for 2 years? I mean, that makes a difference.
I mean,
We pilot tested it with a group of 60 females.
I like TJ's pitch. If you are unknown enough and you can specialize to a big enough group, look seriously. If there was short hair and you said 2 years in the making and that someone died for this, oh my god. Oh my god!
We went through like 2 years.
And it's aggressive and innovative, man.
Oh man, and the design of the package. You know, the design of the package. It's all going to look like.
And you also have the other. You have the other upside.
It's amazing.
Like if that shampoo was next to a line of shampoos that was like twice the size, I wouldn't think this ripping me off. I would think that they put more effort into half of it.
Exactly. No, it's a specialized condensed formula specifically for short hair. We have to stop thinking because I'm now remembering my dad when I want to cry. It's like a big picture of when he was with his short hair.
All right.
we need to be doing some shampoo.
That'll be our second side business venture. We'll get on a call after this and figure out how we're going to take over and beat Head and Shoulders and Pantene Pro V with our special shampoo for short people with brown hair and one mole on their left ass
shampoo. That's something that there's a brand in Germany that does it.
What was the name of the company we supposed to launch? Was it Dog Shit Lab or something?
I feel like that we would need to. You know what? I actually think that if you named your shampoo brand Dog Shit Labs, you would speak to so many men.
Here we go.
Oh man.
You got Pantene, L'Oreal, and Dog Shit Labs.
Top ranked on Amazon.
And the bottle can be like a classic dog shit to perfect spiral.
Perfect spiral.
All right, Shane.
It just comes out the top.
This is where you take over, my friend. Hit us with the quick.
I mean, I think I'm only going to have to go with one story, to be honest, that you could all probably talk about. Because I mean,
let's do it.
Yeah, obviously Gaspari launched its pre-workout.
I expected this
past week. SuperPump aggression. They had hyped it quite a bit. I would say one of like more than any product I've seen them hype for a while. They put a lot of effort into the branding on this. It's not the same as a typical Gaspari product. It's very, very different, very alternative. So they were meant to launch this. Well, I think they said it was meant to launch originally around like lockdown, March, April. They had to put it off for until people could work out better or more consistently. And so they said the product had been in the works for 2 years, and their words were that it would feature next generation ingredients and some sort of advanced technology, which had me, I think we talked about this in the previous episode. Yeah. We were thinking like, shit, we're going to get some kind of stim, some kind of, I mean, they've rocked the pre-workout category before back with SuperPump Max and SuperPump 250. So it wasn't completely unbelievable. And the formula came out, and I will say that I know you're all going to comment on it, but I will say that the formula I didn't actually think was too bad for like just a solid, well-rounded pre-workout. I don't think it's all that bad, and especially at the price of like $32 for 25 full servings, it's very well priced. I would just say I was a little bit disappointed that for me, I didn't see 2 years worth of work. I also didn't see next generation ingredients, and I didn't exactly see any advanced technology that I was kind of hoping for.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much for anyone to just.
Who wants to start?
I can go relatively fast. Listen, I think that there was. I mean, I hope we're not all like. There shouldn't be any surprise, right? I mean, this felt exactly like one of these. Let's hype it, and nothing will come out at the other end. I wasn't surprised. I actually was, to some extent, a bit more pleasantly surprised, just like you said, Shane, because I thought that it would be a total dog shit formula. Like, I thought that they'll come out and it would be just crap, right? Like a C4 Extreme type shit or whatever. So I mean, the formula looks okay. Obviously overhyped. Obviously 2 years in the making is. I mean, I remember when I was working on my shampoo for 2 years, they were in a lab next to me, in the same lab. The short hair shampoo, they were there. So maybe they were working on that one. I'm not sure.
Same clientele.
Exactly, very similar clientele. But yeah, I mean, I think the design actually is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. I think it looks better than the Gaspari traditional design, which looks so outdated. The SuperPump one looks like a freaking seizure, like with all these colors, with the blue and the red. It just looks, it's so outdated. So the new one looks at least cleaner. Yeah, I mean,
do you like the label, TJ?
Labels are just fucking labels. Google it.
No, I'm not talking about the supplement facts. I'm talking about the design of the.
It's okay. No, I mean, I would like if this was me launching something that I wanted to look different in 2020, it wouldn't look like this. It looks okay, but it's not like it's not standing out. But it looks okay.
I think it stands out in their lineup.
In their lineup, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if it'll stand out next to others.
Huge upgrade from the way it looks like right now. Their lineup, the Super Pump one, the design looks like like I said, from the 90s. It's disgusting. This one looks nicer, more modern. It's not amazing. And the ingredient panel, at least I don't know how it works, but listen, they have 3 fucking milligrams of alpha O. So if this is like good purity alpha O, then this is stupid, honestly. Like most of the time, to put so much alpha O is just going to get most people too big of a kick, and they won't be able to take full scoop of the shit. I don't know if it's really, I mean, it depends on the purity.
It's 90% Rowalski, which they need to go back and talk to their label creator because there's a misspelling on Rowalski.
Yeah, that's a spell. I just realized.
There's a misspelling plus, but even if it's 90%, doesn't. I tried pre-workouts with 1.5 milligrams that blew my head off. It really depends on the purity of the ingredient. So if there's really 3 milligrams, then I think I saw a couple of companies do that. You're obviously going to feel this shit, but it's unproductive for 90% of consumers, including steam junkies. I mean, so, and you won't be able, a lot of people are not going to be able to enjoy it at 3 milligrams.
Right.
And so I think unless you put some sort of a nitrate that would actually prevent some of this thing, like I just don't like the approach just by definition on the 3 milligrams. Otherwise, it looks okay, but it's not revolution. I mean, seriously, it looks exactly. Maybe it works also. I don't know. Labels are just labels.
Yeah, I expected. Again, I wasn't. It's not a bad formula. I was really hoping that they were going to give me something different. But
Shane, you actually asked me about this before it came out. Remember, I think about a week or 2 ago, and I told you that I don't think it's going to be innovative or anything like that, and you agreed with me that you don't expect it to be innovative. In fact, when you posted this on social media a few days ago and you revealed the formula, one of the comments was by my friend Daniel Pierce, who actually was the original. Yeah, he was the original formulator of SuperPump 250. And, you know, he actually also said to me, he sent me a text message and he goes, I couldn't resist. And, you know, he said that, you know, this is nothing special pretty much. I think that this formula, based on what TJ said, also the 3 milligram of alpha yo and combined with 400 milligram of caffeine, I think it's 400, yeah. And then you have Areogenesis at 300. This is going to kick. I mean, you're going to definitely feel this one. This goes without a doubt.
Hold on, Robbie. Hold on right there. And I'm going to make a quick distinction for all the people listening out there. This right here, this N-palmitoyl ethanolamide, that is not beta PEA. So that's not Areogenesis. It's not.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's not N-N-dimethylphenethylamine. So
okay.
the active alkaloid in Areogenesis is the N-N-dimethylphenethylamine.
Okay. Yeah,
and then regular beta PEA, like we see in Hypermax and Assassin and all that. So that's phenethylamine or phenylethylamine.
Oh, so PEA regular, yeah.
Right. So this this palmitoyl ethanolamide is an analgesic. It reduces your perception of pain. So it's not a stimulant in any sort of the thing.
So you have basically alpha-yo and you have caffeine in this. Well,
Right.
theobromine is going to give you very little, if noticeable, kick. 10% probably, but it's nothing. So you will feel this regardless. You will definitely feel this, especially if alpha-yo is legit, even though misspelled. I mean, you definitely going to feel it. Without a doubt, you're going to come out and you're going to say, wow, this, I feel the kick, especially for an average Joe. Now, don't forget that Gaspari came out with a few products in recent years. I personally, and I think Robert, you're the one who recommended this, I tried the salted caramel protein, egg protein, and I thought it was actually very, very good flavor. I mean, it came out really good. It's delicious, actually. Mm-hmm. The other product, I think it is something like peanut butter cups or something like that, Richie's peanut butter or something. That one I didn't enjoy that much. Mm-hmm. I tried it just for the hell of it. This formula, well, this is exactly what we talked about. We talked about, be careful what you're saying because somebody can call you out on this. This formula is not a 2-year formula. It's obvious. There is absolutely not one single ingredient that is innovative ingredient. It's just standard ingredients. At least two ingredients, as far as I remember, DMAE and I think choline, is severely underdosed. I mean, like ridiculously underdosed, almost disrespectfully underdosed for a fully transparent formula.
Some would say lightly dosed.
Okay, let's go with that. It's one for women formula, So female, it's for Lukasz. So I think it's misleading, especially if you're targeting like hardcore those that actually want. Again, the type of pre-workout that will kick ass. This is not it. In terms of pumps, at least based on supplement facts, this is going to be okay. I mean, 4 grams citrulline, you will definitely feel something. But overall, you're trying to oversell something that's definitely not going to deliver, especially for that crowd that's your target audience. It's not going to deliver what it's supposed to deliver. So in reality, this is a major disappointment, I think. I think this is an okay formula, again, going based on supplement facts only. I think this is okay, but it's nothing innovative. It's nothing groundbreaking. In fact, actually, one of the influencers on Instagram I saw posting something, the best pre-workout on the market, the strongest pre-workout on the market, and grab it while you can because this is going to be out of stock in no time.
That's their job. I mean,
it's their job. And again, now imagine somebody like Lukasz. Feels like I'm picking on him today. Imagine somebody like Lukasz grabs that pre-workout. Lukasz, who can fucking take 4 scoops of hooligan, probably. He's going to take it and he's going to say, like, what is the fuck is this sleep formula? He's going to be very disappointed.
If he doesn't. It's not sold out yet.
No way. Really?
Just
I better. Yeah, so the thing is, it's misleading, and you know what?
I don't want to play this card that taking 1, 2, 3, or 4 scoops. It's based on individual tolerance. My biggest is that if you are a brand, and for example you're working on formula and you're stating to all the customers on all social media, we are working on a fucking new pre-workout for like 2 years, and then you're like launching a product that's basically like a copy of 99.99999% of pre-workouts that are right now on the market. It makes no sense. And there is no innovation. There is also nothing, there is simply none new ingredients. Everything is basically on the market right now. Citrulline, betaine, beta-alanine, everything is down there. I don't have to make false claims. You can, for example, say, yeah, we are working on a new pre-workout and we can launch something like this. And when customer gets the formula which we stated, he will say, okay, cool, that's a good pre-workout. You got your citrulline, nice dose, you got beta-alanine, good dose, betaine, those kinds of things, right? And it's a complete pre-workout for let's say intermediate or even advanced people. Okay, let's agree to that. But
you can say it's your best today. You can say it's the hardest, whatever. You can claim shit like that because nobody is actually measuring that. But the 2 years stuff, come on!
Yeah.
I think they lost everyone. Yeah. We've been working on this for 2 years. Doing what?
That's what pisses me off, and also. What pisses me off is that when someone says, "Yeah, we will use the innovative ingredients." That's it's like mind blowing. What innovative ingredients you used? You not even used any patented ingredients in your formula, which is like also, for example, I don't know, used like metaburn or something like this. No, nothing like this. So I don't understand this whole concept.
I think the biggest problem with this comes actually from a fact, Lucas, and you're right about everything you said. But I think the biggest problem comes with who is your market. Because this is, again, we're talking about fully transparent formula. We're not talking about blend average product that is sitting somewhere at Walmart or Kmart or whatever. We're talking about fully transparent product from a company that is, I'm not going to say reputable at this point, but definitely a very well-known company. So when you're saying certain things, but you're targeting just an average Joe, that's fine. The problem is when you're saying innovative, like you said, innovative and work for 2 years, and then you're going to come across people like us or people that are actually reading the labels and they know exactly what they want. What happens is they're going to call you out because your bullshit is pretty apparent now. And the thing is, the lies are not going to be tolerated well. They're not. It will backfire. That's the reason why this is not going to be sold out, because the crowd or the market that you're intending to push this product to, and the lies you're actually selling, because it is lies after all. There is absolutely nothing innovative, and there is nothing absolutely for 2 years. This is something that I can probably write in about 2 minutes. So I think this is one of those cases, going back to what we said earlier, this is going to backfire, and it already backfires because who the fuck's going to buy it? At least somebody who, I mean, if you know about somebody who's going to say, well, we're about to release innovative product, we've been working for it 2 years. Yeah, obviously, people get excited about it. And then they get this, and, and then God forbid they send it to TJ or Review Brothers. It's going to backfire. It's completely unnecessary unless you're willing to pay somebody to hype it up and people actually follow that person. Other than that, this is a lost case.
I also don't want to be, misread in my comments, because I'm not bashing Gaspari. No, none of that.
No.
My biggest point is that I love that when brands are transparent and when they are for the customer. So basically, if a brand is legit, just like yours, and I will say it straight away, man. For example, if Apollon always is transparent, and you always say, for example, this product, I love this because, let's say, we use this or that ingredient or something like this. Also as far as flavor, those kind of things. But when the brand is promising something and they are like, then after like 2 years they are backfiring, and they are like putting the, just a random formula. That's not in my book. So. That's just me, I'm just like.
You're right. You're right, 100%. The best thing about this product, I think, is the label. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's not even the best. The best.
Personally, I like the old school Gaspari much better than the newest look.
The old school, you mean the current one, old school, or the previous one from years ago?
The previous one from the old days.
They still use some of those, the old look on. I think it's the SuperPump 250. I think they have that classic look on a few.
I don't know if you saw the labels of their bone broth.
No.
Yeah.
The labels are really fresh. Maybe Robert can put it on the screen.
Yeah, it's on there right now.
They're really nice. They look really shiny and everything. Really.
You talking about this one, Lucas?
Yeah, no, not this one.
That's their original.
Can you find the bone broth?
Go to their site. They'll have the full lineup. They use a slightly different look on each of them.
This one?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to their site, they'll have.
You like this one, Lukasz?
Yeah, I like it much better. I like this one. Oh yeah.
Which one?
The white one, yeah.
Remind me when I launch my brand not to use you on the focus.
I really like this look. I really like this look. It's simple. It's clear. I really like this one.
Remind me if I by chance like I took some very strong dose of cocaine or drank too much and I invite you to my focus group for design, remind me that I said that you have zero taste. This looks like
that's why I'm not the designer, man. I'm not as fancy as you.
Hey, we don't know what sells in Poland.
Yeah,
that may be
all the rage in Poland.
Yeah, it's different.
You Americans like to be aggressive. Fuck that, man.
Comment of the day again, Pete. Comment of the day again, sir.
See, now I don't feel so special. If 4 of the 5 people have short brown, then I don't really want it. I'm like, there's 4. If 80% of us have the same shit, then that's just dumb. If you told me I have like and 1 out of 1,000 people has the shares in it, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Do you see this one? This is a great design, by the way.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they will.
Forget the product for a second, but this design, this looks amazing.
Oh, this is the new
Primeval
one.
It's such a great job on the design. Amazing. Yeah. People just want to touch it.
It's awesome.
Amazing design.
Yeah, is it a textured label, TJ? Is it textured?
Looks like it.
Oh, no, not really.
Mr. Treat on that. I feel like it would be perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, but this
it's even better. I can see it in the camera. The color is more vivid. It looks amazing. Did you just
did it?
Individuals now. The hell just happened?
I was letting you do a close up on the bottle, so you can. I'm going to remove everybody's.
Thing. Okay, there you go. There you go. And it looks like this. Yeah, they did a good job. Listen, this shit looks good.
There we go. We're all back now.
That label is amazing, without a doubt. It stands out like nothing else.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to do an RTD of Ape Shit as well. I don't know the formula just yet.
The white one. The white one is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is freaking amazing.
It just looks amazing. And I'm telling you, like in real life, like you go on the shelf. I mean, obviously the Gaspari one looks better that Lukasz likes. But
well, if you're making a comparison, this one is.
Oh, you have it. There you go.
No, I got 3 flavors, man.
the design.
I still like Primeval Labs more. I mean,
the inspired one, top-notch design, and also
the texture on the top.
Yeah,
awesome, man.
TJ, what's the difference on that Primeval Labs? Is it the color of the label because of the flavor?
No. One is cuts, like theoretically, hybrid fat burner pre-workout. This is just a pre-workout.
Oh, okay, so it's a different product.
Yeah, and they didn't change the formulas. It's the same products that they were before. They just changed the design, but they gave it a whole look. And I'm telling you, this is gonna fly. It just looks amazing.
Yeah, they reformulated both of those maybe about a year ago from the original incarnations of them, but it's since the rebranding or the relabeling, the formulas have been the same since the V2, but they are different from the original V1 launches.
This looks amazing. Anyway. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. That puts a wrap on this one. Thank you much for your time, and for all the listeners out there, thank you for joining us as always. And if you like what we're doing, make sure to leave us a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave us a review on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all of those podcast listening apps, and join us next time for the final scoop.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.